Okay, that is better. I'm not upside down or sideways. Okay, so hopefully you can see my stuff, my counter. Okay, we'll try that. I think you can see. Happy Monday, everybody. How's it going? So it's Monday, and it's Meatless Mondays because I try to do that on Mondays. Last night I had a gigantic steak. That was not meatless. I'm no vegan, I'm no vegetarian, but I'm trying to build in more and more plants. Like I said last night, I don't know if you watched that, more root, toot, fruit, less wheat, teat, sweet, and meat. So tonight it's Meatless Mondays. And I put a note out there asking what people would want. I was debating tom kha soup, which is a coconut Thai soup with lots of veggies and good stuff, or a Buddha bowl, which is basically a bowl of grains and, sorry, I'm turning my music down, grains and vegetables and a protein if you want. I'm actually steaming some tofu to put in there. So Heather wanted the Buddha bowl, so I'm gonna do the Buddha bowl anyway because I like that kind of stuff, and you know, we work at home and now everybody's at home. So not only are we eating dinner here, we're also eating lunch here. So we need lots of food anyway. So that's what we're gonna do. So this is gonna be a little crazy because I'm doing two different things, but whatever, we'll wing it. And obviously you don't have to stay on if you don't like it. So I'm starting with the soup. So I chopped a little bit, I did a little bit of prep so it doesn't take so long. I am not Julia Child. I am not a professional on Facebook or in any other way, shape, or form except maybe in licensing, legal, and product development brokerage, but certainly not in cooking. And I feel like I should have some brandy and do a Julia Child thing and then get half crocked, but I'm not drinking today. I don't usually drink during the week unless I go out. So I'm not drinking today, so it's not gonna be quite as much fun as our session with the cocktails. But anyway, here I go. Starting with my heat here, I'm gonna saute some onions. And this is for the tom kha soup. So I think I'm gonna use coconut oil for that one, because I like coconut. It is a coconut-based soup, coconut oil, love this stuff. You can use olive oil, you can use ghee, you can use butter, but this is what I'm gonna use today because it's a coconut-based soup. Again, you know I'm a huge fan of Kirkland brand, Costco stuff. They have the best prices of anybody, and they have great products. So that is really my go-to store primarily. That's where I shop mostly. There are a few things I can't get there, like fresh kale. I mean, they have the bag stuff, but it doesn't really keep and it's not that good. So I usually go to Ralph's or Sprouts or Vons or someplace like that for that kind of stuff I need. So I don't know, I'm probably putting maybe 2 tablespoons of coconut oil in here. It has a really nice smell. I actually bake with coconut oil. I will not use any kind of canola or soy-based or vegetable oil. I really only use coconut oil or avocado oil or olive oil or ghee or butter. Okay, so first things first, chopped up some onion, put that in here to saute, and garlic. And I wanted to wait on the garlic to show you what I do. I don't know if you'll be able to see this. I think you can. Yeah, you can see my cutting board. So with garlic, I always use fresh because it's way better. The stuff in the jars is horrible. And like the ones that you buy that have already been peeled, they're okay, but this is the way to go. So I buy a big thing at Costco, of course, a big thing of garlic bulbs, and I took off 4 little cloves. So you put it on the cutting board, get a big flat knife, and just smack it. It's kind of fun. Get abusive. Smack it, smack it. This is the best way to peel garlic, then you're not dealing with all the, you know, getting the little things off. So basically this breaks the garlic up, then you just pull off the skin, and it's much easier. I use a garlic press. You can just chop it if you want. I like the garlic press. I think it does a better job, and it obliterates the garlic better. And then sometimes you get like icky parts. You see, that's an icky part, so I'm just gonna chop off the icky part and throw the icky part away. Garlic press, lots of different ones. I don't even know what brand this is. My mom got it for me. It's called, I can barely see because of my eyes. Striker, I don't know. But my mom's a big cook too. So she's gotten me all these awesome little things. And I just like, boom, push it. I just put it right on top again of the existing skin that's still caught in there. It's no big deal because it gets through when you're pressing the garlic through. Garlic is yummy. Garlic, I use garlic in almost everything. Maybe not desserts and baking, but in pretty much everything else. Every soup I make, every stir fry, pretty much anything with meat, it's really good, really, really good. It's good for you too. A lot of good properties. So that is the garlic and the onion in the coconut oil. You can't smell this, but it smells really good. So you don't want to do this too high. I'm doing this in a Le Creuset, which is a enameled ceramic, so it's naturally nonstick. I don't use nonstick pans for lots of reasons. They're made with tetrafluorocarbons, which are very, very bad, and they flake off and they get into you. So like Teflon, no, don't use any of that. Find a good quality cookware that might be like a ceramic base, like Le Creuset is awesome. There are many others, but nonstick is not good. Bunch of onions, or excuse me, mushrooms. Just slice up the mushrooms, and those are going to go in here too. I love mushrooms. Actually ate mushrooms last night with my ribeye. By the way, that ribeye was phenomenal, especially with that 2006 Duckhorn Cabernet. Man, that was tasty. But I highly urge people to get more vegetables into their diet and go with Meatless Mondays. We do meatless dinners probably twice a week. And like I said, I love meat. I love it. I love steak, I love chicken, I like everything. But I'm just trying to get more and more and more good fiber and vegetables into my diet, and this is a really good way to do it. And another good way to do it is soups. I usually make 1 or 2 soups a week, and I make a bunch of it so I can eat it throughout the week. And if I make a ton, I'll just freeze it. So then sometimes I just bring out a frozen thing of soup. I make cabbage soup a lot. I make a cauliflower soup, a roasted squash soup, a sweet potato soup. There's so many different soups. And this is technically a soup, I guess. So I'm going to let that saute a little bit. I am also steaming the tofu because you want to cook that a little bit. You don't want to just put tofu raw in there. But in the meantime, I prepared the squash, and I'll just do this right here. So this is squash. It's all cubed. Now again, this is a brand new product I found at, where do you think? Costco, in the frozen section. So you can buy a big old butternut squash. Really difficult to peel it and cut it and scoop it out and get it into these squares. I used to do it all the time. Then Costco started selling the fresh squash in cubes. Problem is, if you don't use it right away, or you don't use it at all of it, it gets slimy and bad really quickly. So now they sell these, it's in a big bag, and it's, I don't know how much it costs, but it's organic butternut squash, all cubed, frozen in 5 little separate bags. So this is 2 bags worth. You just thaw it out. I put some olive oil and salt and pepper in this. So I'm putting this on a big cookie sheet, or a rimmed baking sheet, on a piece of parchment, because it does tend to burn. Squash and sweet potatoes have sugar, natural sugars in them, so it's really better to do it on a parchment. It's going to make your life much easier, or in my case, or in Patrick's case, it's going to make his life much easier because he's the one that does the dishes. I cook, he cleans. So put that on the parchment, and again, you can buy parchment at Costco or anywhere else. Then I'm going to put this in an oven at about 400 for maybe 20-25 minutes. See how that goes while I'm making this. Okay, this looks really good. Now I'm going to put some shredded carrot in here. I'm just going to shred it right into the pan because the shredded is kind of nice, and I'm also going to cut some carrot slices as well. That doesn't work very well. I don't have the leverage. Gotta have the leverage. So how's everybody doing with the stay at home? Hopefully everybody's cooking, and I mean, I guess you can do takeout. I haven't attempted any takeout yet, but I don't know, because, you know, there's people at the restaurant making that, and who are the people at the restaurant making that? Are there going to be issues with them? Are they testing everybody? If you don't know you have, you know, I don't know. It just seems a little like, I know who I am, and I know who's in my house, so I'd say I think I'd rather just cook myself. Although I did go to the grocery store, so same kind of thing, you know. You go to the grocery store, somebody's stocking those shelves. Oh well, you gotta live your life, right? Luckily, we're not really high risk, but we're doing our part. I went on a run this morning, and there weren't very many people out there. A couple runners with their dogs, a couple of kids and moms, but not like this weekend. This weekend was pretty crazy. I think, you know, now the city, I just heard shut all the beaches, San Diego. And based on what I saw this weekend from people's Facebook posts of the beaches, I think it's probably a good idea, because in PB they were just wall-to-wall people. I mean, that is not social distancing. La la la. Okay, so that's a bunch of carrots. And this, ginger, very important ingredient to this. I love ginger. You can use the spice, which is ground, but it just is not as good. So I am going to use this fresh ginger. It's so much better, and you can buy this, you know, at any grocery store and at Costco, believe it or not, and then just keep it in your freezer. That's what I do. And I use a microplane grater to grate the ginger. You can use any grater, but this works really, really well, because if you take it out of the freezer and it's frozen, super easy to grate it. So probably at least a tablespoon of this. And you know, you can kind of do this by taste and add more later if necessary, but see how that's all, just jam it in there. And it's so good, it gives it a great flavor. And this, I guess it's technically Thai. I don't put a lot of spice in here though. I think I only put one spice in here besides ginger, if you can call ginger a spice. I put a little cayenne pepper. A lot of recipes I've seen call for just using Thai curry paste, which is pre-spiced. It's basically a paste of curry. It's probably got some turmeric in it, some curry, and some coriander and stuff like that. But this tom kha soup, I think, is best just super simple, without having to put all that curry stuff in there. You know, sometimes it's just better to taste the ginger and the lime and everything like that. Okay, so I'm making a mess here, as you can see. But another really good ingredient here, this is bok choy, fresh bok choy, which is super yummy. So I'm just gonna slice that up, all of it, including the leaf, and put it right in there. Really good vegetable. This is great in stir fries, and it's really good in the soup. And the leafy green part, put that in there too. So not just the stalk part, all of it. And really, really good for you. Tons of vitamins. And again, vegetarian. In fact, this it's not going to be vegan, because I'm going to end up using chicken stock instead of vegetable stock, because I don't have any vegetable stock. But it could easily be vegan if you want it vegan. So you just put in that and stir a little more. It smells really, really, really good. And I'm going to put some lemon zest in there. I use the same microplane grater. You can get these on Amazon. It almost looks like a tool. It probably is a tool, but I use it for cooking. And just put some lemon zest in there with all the other flavors. And when you zest a lemon, you can still use the juice for perhaps coconut martinis, coconut lemon drop martinis. You know, you're gonna waste the lemon. Lemons and limes are a hot commodity around here. We used to have a lemon tree, but it was kind of a mutant tree. It was a very strange tree. So it made these gigantic lemons, but the rinds were like literally an inch thick. It was the strangest thing. Squash in there. I'm gonna put a little bit of fish sauce in there, which is another kind of Thai seasoning. It does not smell good. It smells like fish, but it tastes really good once you get it going. I'm gonna put a little bit of coconut aminos in there as well. It's kind of like a soy sauce, but made with coconut. Okay. This looks very, very, very tasty. And the tofu is steaming. That looks really good. I'm going to throw some yellow pepper in there too. Now, I accidentally had my refrigerator in the back in the garage too cold, so this is not as crispy as it should be. It's super fresh, but when you freeze a pepper, it gets kind of soft, which you really don't want a soft pepper now, do you? No, you don't. But since this is going in a soup, who cares? We're going with the soft pepper. I need to turn down that refrigerator. I think I probably had too much stuff in there that it probably was blocking the vent, you know, the fan. So I'm going to put my sad soft pepper in here and it'll just have to deal. Still tastes good. Let's try it. Still tastes good. Very good. I don't like green peppers. Only red, orange, and yellow. Okay, this is just full of yummy vegetable goodness. Hey, moving on. I'm going to go over here. I don't know if you can see this. This is my Instapot. And I'm going to start making the Buddha bowl stuff. So I'm using a bag of ancient grains. It's got quinoa and a bunch of other grains in it. And I usually just make this, again, I bought this at Costco. I usually just make this in the Instapot because it's super easy. It's a 2-to-1 ratio of water to rice, grains. So I already put the water in there. So put a cup in here. And I put a little bit of chicken base in there for flavor rather than putting salt and pepper in. So you basically just put that into the Instapot. Instapot is a really great tool to have too. Lots of crazy things you can make with that. Turn that on, and what you do for this is should be about 10 minutes. So I'm going to put it on manual, pressure, high, manual 30, and I'm going to bring it down to 10 minutes. And it should cook that perfectly in about 10 minutes. It's a little more than 10 minutes, but it's 10 minutes of actually cooking. Okay, so that's good to go. Now we're moving back to the coconut. So this is coconut milk. You want to use full fat coconut milk. Remember, fat does not make you fat. Sugar makes you fat. Carbs make you fat. Fat does not make you fat. Unless you're just eating like gobs and gobs and gobs and gobs and gobs and gobs. But fat is good for you. Fat is good for your brains. It's good for your eyes. It's good for your body. You need fat. And I need a new can opener because this thing is a piece of junk. I've gone through so many can openers and I can never find one that works well. I'm gonna give myself a hand cramp. Okay, so full fat coconut milk. Again, Costco. I think everything I'm cooking with today is from Costco. Well, that's not true. The bok choy was not from Costco. But the mushrooms were, the coconut oil is, the coconut milk is, the chicken base is, the peppers were, the squash, the grains, the salt, the pepper, the salad toppings, I think the tofu, I think everything is, except for the fish oil isn't, I mean the fish sauce, coconut aminos, and the sriracha aren't. But Costco, it's where it's at. Even in this day and age when things are crazy and out of stock, Costco's doing a pretty good job. Okay, 2 things of coconut milk is what I'm doing in there because I'm going to have some leftovers. Maybe I'll bring somebody some coconut tom kha soup. People who are stuck at home and don't cook, perhaps. Anybody out there that's stuck at home and doesn't cook and wants some of this? Let me know. I'll trade this for toilet paper. We're running low. A container of soup for 2 rolls of toilet paper, is that fair? I think that's fair. This also calls for some vegetable or chicken stock. I don't have vegetable stock like I said. So all our water is filtered in the whole entire house. So don't be nervous, not that you're gonna be eating this, about me using water direct from the sink. So this is the chicken stock I was talking about. This is great because you just take this base, and it's a concentrated chicken base. I use it all, I go through one of these every couple of weeks. And they also make beef. You can buy the liquid stuff and just pour it in there, but this is much more cost effective and it's organic. They call it better than bouillon. USDA organic, Costco, by the spice aisle. So this is adding about 3 cups of liquid. I'm just gonna pour that right in here. Yum, yum, yum. Okay, now we're just gonna let that chill and cook for a little bit. It looks really good, and I'm gonna add the lime juice later. Don't let me forget that. Not that you can talk to me, but Okay, so that looks really good. And we're cooking the grains. Now this recipe calls for a little bit of sugar. So I'm gonna put just a little bit in, and I'm gonna put coconut sugar in, which is a more natural sugar than regular sugar. I'm just putting a little bit in, because I can always add more later if I want. And I'm putting a little bit of cayenne pepper in. I'm just a little bit, because you know, this stuff is hot. And if you put too much in, you basically ruin it, which we don't want to do that. We're gonna cook this and then taste it and see if we need to correct any of the seasonings. That's the beauty about cooking. I usually start with a couple recipes. I read them all and see what I think might work best. I usually change it. You know, I've made this before and I liked it a lot. So I think I'll like it again. I've got these carrots, might as well just throw them in there, right? Carrots are good, good for your eyes. They're pretty and orange. So for the Buddha bowl, I'm probably not gonna make it to fruition. I'm making the grains, I'm making the squash. It'll go the grains, the squash, the greens. I've got a mix of kale and stuff I made last night. I'll put on that. And then you can put whatever you want, like a dressing or some salad toppers, some nuts. You can put some like berries in there, like goji berries or blueberries, and just anything you can put in there. And they're really good and really healthy. And again, another perfect thing to get your veggies. So eat your veggies, everybody. Eat your veggies. Yep, have the fiber. My kids do not eat their veggies. The only thing they eat that's a vegetable is broccoli, which is good. I mean, if you're gonna just choose one vegetable to eat, broccoli is probably one of the best ones. But it's getting them to do it. Okay, I'm gonna taste this. It's good. It's hot. Hot, 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 hot. Okay, needs lime. Time for lime. Here's our funny yellow limes again. Why? I don't know. Somebody tell me why these limes are yellow. But they are. And they're from the tree out front. Lime squeezer. And they're super juicy. Lots of juice. So the lime adds a really nice flavor to this too. The lime, ginger, coconut. It's just got a great, super light Thai flavor without being overpowering on the spice. Because you don't want that. Like when I go to a Thai restaurant, they go 1 through 10. Do you want 1 through 10? And 3 is about the max I can handle. And I don't mind spicy things, but something about Thai spice is a little overwhelming for me. So I know you Thai or Asian people probably like it super, super spicy. Me, not so much. Stephanie, what are you doing, girl? I'm so bummed you couldn't come out. Understand why you couldn't. You would have been stuck here. And it rained the whole time, and Disneyland closed too. Oh yeah, that's so good. Yum. A little more coconut aminos. Again, I'm just not a measurer. And a little more cayenne pepper. Just a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit. Don't want to feel that tomorrow. Okay, and you just cook that up. So I don't know if you heard that kind of hissing. That's the Instapot. So now it is sealed, so all that steam is building up and it's cooking that rice in the pressure cooker and it's cooking it really quickly. I love my pressure cooker. I actually cook cheesecake in that, and it is so good and it's so easy. I'm gonna put a little more ginger in here. The cheesecake, so it makes a little, I think I have a 7-inch cheesecake springform pan. And the first time I thought, I'm like, this is ridiculous. Cheesecake in an Instapot doesn't make any sense to me. But it was incredible and it was super easy. And then I made this lemon curd in the Instapot too. And that was basically with lemon juice and butter and sugar. And you just mix it up. You don't have to cook it or anything. And I think, were there eggs in there? Egg yolks maybe? Anyway, so good. The lemon curd was insane. I could have eaten the whole thing of lemon curd just by myself. I shared it. I put it on the cheesecake, but that cheesecake and lemon curd in the Instapot, I will never make it any other way. Incredible. In fact, I should probably make that. I need to get to the store and get some cream cheese because I love cheesecake. Okay, Meatless Mondays. So, Meatless Mondays are great, but I have to admit I did have some white turkey chili for lunch today because I made it the other day and it was left over and I just didn't feel like a salad. So, I did not make it Meatless Mondays today, but at least my dinner's gonna be meatless. Okay, Stephanie, what are you saying? Love you, and I wish I'd like it. Oh, you do like it hot, girl. In fact, these coconut aminos are probably from you. I know you like it hot. Patrick gets 5. I want to eat some of his Thai, and it's 5. There's no way in hell I can handle that. It's way too much. Okay, that should be better. Don't be afraid of the ginger. Don't be afraid of the ginger. Let's taste that again. Well, I won't taste it. I'll just stir it up a little bit. Look at that bok choy. I'll show you this in a little bit. Walk you around. Okay, I'm going to check the recipe to see if I'm missing anything. Check on the squash. Squash looks awesome. I'm going to turn this up a little bit. I'm going to make it convection instead so it'll go faster. Pure convection. That's the way to go when you're roasting vegetables, because it's the hot air that circulates. Okay, olive oil, onion, garlic, mushrooms, carrots, soy. I used coconut aminos, ginger, sugar, cayenne. I didn't put salt and pepper, but I don't think it needs it. Lemon zest, vegetable stock, coconut milk. I do not have cilantro, so it's not going to be perfect. And that's it. Okay, so I think we're good here. 15-20 minutes, that should be good and done. This is going to take 8 more. I'm just going to throw this in the dirty dishes. And the tofu, yeah. I'm going to put the tofu in there now. So I've been steaming the tofu. And you can just put the tofu in there without steaming it, but it's so much better steamed. It's much more firm. I love tofu. Not everybody does, but I love it. It basically tastes like whatever you're cooking. So the tofu is going to add a lot of protein. I only buy organic tofu. If it's not organic, tofu is obviously from soy. Pretty much all the soy in America, unless it's organic, is GMO. That may or may not matter to you. It matters to me. So I don't want to eat GMO foods if I can avoid it. So when it comes to soy, the way to get away from eating GMO is to buy organic. And guess where I bought this tofu? Costco. It's in the refrigerated section. I think it comes in like a box, and there's six containers of it's firm or extra firm tofu, and it's delicious. So I buy those. I buy one probably every month or 2. Not every time I go, because I don't use it that much. Anyway, the rest of the tofu is going to go on the Buddha bowl, so I'm just going to spice it up with some sriracha. Stephanie, I know you like your sriracha. This is probably your sriracha. And a little coconut aminos, so this has some flavor. And I'm just going to wait for that for when I'm ready to assemble the Buddha bowl. Because again, this tofu is just going to pick up the flavor of whatever spice I'm putting it in. So it's going to have a sriracha coconut amino flavor. So a nice salty, spicy flavor. And it's going to be delicious. And a little spicy. Yeah. I think I'm going to put a little of that in here. Okay, that looks so good. Wait till you see that squash. The squash is going to be incredible. Okay, I think we're looking pretty good. The squash is doing its thing over there. So, I don't want to keep you really any longer. I mean, I would, but you probably have better things to do. What's going to happen with the Buddha bowl is the grains will be done very soon, and I'm going to let that slow release. The pressure will just eventually dissipate, so I can open it and the house won't blow up, because these pressure cookers, that's how I used to blow up houses in the day. So that'll be fine. I'll use a bowl. I'll put the grains in. They're so good. Then I will put the roasted squash on top of that. And then I will put the tofu on top of that. And then I have a salad mixed up from last night with purple cabbage and carrots and kale and spinach, so all chopped up. That'll go on top of that. And then I have a couple different dressings. There's a bottled one that is Brianna's. I think it's a strawberry vinaigrette. But my personal favorite is a salad dressing I make that I am completely 100% addicted to. It's a vegan Caesar salad dressing. I'm not a vegan, clearly. If you saw the steak I ate last night, you'd understand. But it's so good. It's better than any Caesar salad dressing I've ever had. And it was Leslie Meyer that actually brought that to a triathlon event one time. She's an amazing triathlete and an amazing chef. And I said, I gotta have that recipe. So she gave it to me. And essentially it is veganese, which is vegan mayonnaise, but it's just so good. It's way better than regular mayonnaise. So it's veganese, juice of a lemon, a bunch of nutritional yeast that gives it that cheesy flavor, red wine vinegar, Worcestershire sauce, garlic, obviously, maybe 3 cloves of garlic, smashed like I just showed you how to do, tons of freshly ground pepper, and it says salt, but you do not need any salt. I think it actually calls for Dijon mustard, which I don't put in. I just put in the ingredients I just told you. I do it in a Vitamix. I just process the heck out of it and pour it back into the veganese bottle. And I go through that stuff like it's going out of style. So that is my go-to dressing, and it literally, I'm Pavloving right now. I'm totally salivating thinking about that salad dressing because it's so yummy. And that's what I would put on the Buddha bowl. And then there's these, I did not buy these. I don't buy like pre-made stuff typically. Patrick bought them. But the salad topper stuff, I would put that on top for some nice crunch. Hey Kim, how you doing? And Jonna, good to see you guys. My former Storm Lake cheerleader friends. But this salad dresser has pumpkin seeds. It has, what do you call those little bird seeds? Seeds. Nuts. Well, how about I just read the ingredients? Sunflower seeds, dried cranberries, pumpkin seeds, tamari sauce. So this is going to be the perfect topper to the Buddha bowl, which I will make later. Patrick, come say hi. He might actually come say hi today. Come say hi, come over here. This is the person who bought the salad topper. This is my husband.
Salad topper.
You're too tall.
Hello.
He's very tall.
I'll stand back.
I know. Yesterday I had to like bend down to get in the camera. So he's gonna have the Buddha bowl. He's gonna have the Buddha bowl for dinner and some soup, and we're gonna go from there. So that's about it. Since I don't want you guys to just sit around and wait for me, but I do want to show you the squash. Okay.
She's the 21st century Julia Childs, by the way. I think she might have found her niche.
It needs more sherry. It needs more sherry.
Save the liver.
Save the liver. Actually, you should save the liver. Okay, here's the squash. Woo, it's hotter than hell. Can you guys see that squash roasting? Oh, it's gonna be so good. So when I make butternut squash soup, I roast the squash. You always want to roast the squash. Don't just throw squash in there and do it that way. Here's the tofu for the Buddha bowl. Here is the soup that's just cooking away. And here's the dishes that Patrick can't wait to wash later. Right, honey?
Yes.
Yes, he says yes.
Right now, I can't wait to have an IPA.
He's going to have a beer. I'm not drinking tonight. All right, well, hey, everybody. Thanks for being here. Hopefully I didn't make you dizzy. Hey, Grace. Happy birthday. I'm going to sing you a song. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Grace. Happy birthday to you. And many more. There's something about Channel 4. I never really understood that. But happy birthday, Grace. Hey, Lori. Good to see you. I'm sure you are sheltering in place, not going to the beach. I saw you went to the beach yesterday. But now they close the beaches, except Del Mar, so you can now still go to Del Mar. So that's it, guys. Thanks for being with me for Meatless Mondays. But Lori, I know you're a vegan, so you will appreciate Meatless Mondays, because you truly do a Meatless Monday. There's a little chicken stock in my Tom Car soup, so oh well. Everybody have a great day. I will see you another time, another recipe, or another cocktail party. Toodaloo. Have a great Monday night. Bye.